1K, what you say? If you're in the game, make a play. The world is yours and the world is Monopoly. Y'all know how we rocky. We here with Coach K at Get That Dub Performance right here by way of Hedibo Fitness. I had a hard time pronouncing that. But tune in, y'all know how we rocking, baby. Yeah.
Another one. Another one.
And we got Coach K in the building, man, a certified trainer of 7 years, specializing in D-line and linebackers. What's that, a two-time state champion as a coach in high school as well? Yep. He tapped into the community, y'all. You know, assistant basketball coach, head track coach at Sunnyside High School. Get That Dub Performance, the head strength and conditioning trainer there. I mean, he's tapped into the community, y'all. Some of the top-tier athletes coming out of Texas has been trained by this man. And it's an honor, it's a pleasure to be here. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, giving me this opportunity, big dog. You know, y'all shout out to Coach K, man. Give it up for him, you know?
Appreciate that.
So what's going on, man? You know, you're a Texas native, right?
You could say that. Texas native, but originally born in Shreveport, Louisiana.
Okay. A lot of good ballers come from Louisiana.
Yeah.
Ooh, especially football.
Yep. I'm one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
But I came out here like young.
Okay.
I was probably like maybe first grade. So yeah, you could
yeah.
basically say I'm a Houston native, and man, just been loving sports ever since a kid. I think that was a big part of molding the character that you know, how I maneuvered through life and in translation of like sports, and being an athlete on and off the field, on and off the court, as well as on and off the track. So
yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. So you played football yourself, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I did. I played. I got all the way up to high school. I just did a high school level. Took a turn in life, kind of veered away from just playing. I had just made that decision where it was like, hey, this is it. This is it for me. It was. I feel like that was a mature part of life for me, where it just, you know, it turned where I just educational burst up the base, and it was just like, okay, let's see who I am in this form and in this level of life. So,
and sometimes that's what it is, man. Sometimes our calling don't be what we think it is. It's for you to get that experience to give it to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely applaud that. So that's some of the things that made you become a trainer.
Well, what made me into like the fitness part of things was me myself, just like the health of after the field, just being after the athlete, where I let myself go. You know, being young, when you're like your young 20s, you don't really pay attention to it. You know what I'm saying? Like I had that first year where I got a taste of what it would be like, you know, and how to keep an athlete up and stuff like that. I was for the first time watching Outside In, and it just didn't, it wasn't like important until I hit a certain age and got my my weight put on like tremendously, high blood pressure, doctor visit, and I was just like, that part just made me into it. So I got
a young
addicted
age too,
to it. Yeah. It was just another realm. It was I want to say I started training when I got into fitness when I was like 29, 30 years old.
Oh, okay.
So a little later in my 20s.
You still look like you about 29.
Man. I'm 36, man. I'm
okay,
36
for sure.
out here.
That's what taking care of your body look like then, huh?
Man, I zoned out. I just zoned out, man. Just had that doctor's visit where, you know, doctor was saying, hey, man, your blood pressure is high. You're so young to have such a high blood pressure. And I generally just let myself go. You know what I mean?
But, and that happens a lot of times when we're young like that too. You know, when we're young, we think like, man, we still, you know, I still got it. You know, I'm in my prime at 29, 30.
You just think you have time. I think that's just what it is. You think you have time, and it ain't. That's not what it is. I had some mentors, you know, that don't like work out or whatever, but you know, the wisdom they instilled in me, it just helped me fuel my ambition toward what this is. And so,
Right.
started off as fitness, and then I got into the coaching
Yeah.
part. And
so you got your hands in a lot of different areas of sports as far as coaching too,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm pretty sure you stay busy.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
You know, what makes you specialize in linebackers and D linemen? What make you
Really nothing. I didn't play anything defense in high school. That's the crazy part. I was a slot receiver, and I think it was I think the part that really encouraged me to do it was just having the knowledge of sports, football, period, and then given an opportunity by the head coach, and he was just like, "Hey man, can you come in and can you do like linebackers and do the strength and conditioning?"
Right.
And I was like, "Yeah, man, I love to do it." And I think it starts from me just being asked to come in as the head track coach.
Okay.
When I first got there, I was just only the head track coach. I worked alongside one head coach of the basketball. I started off doing basketball first.
Nice. So this all that is this all that? Sorry to cut you off.
All that's at Sunnyside.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
And this was probably like I want to say 30 something. It happened in my 30s, and that shift, that hunger. I started off coaching my son in Little League and like AAU and stuff like that, and then it just made me hungry to just start pouring into other kids and they tap into that school industry.
And see, I've coached before as well, just not as deep as you, how you've done it.
Yeah.
But so I get that understanding of like, man, it's no better feeling than working with a kid, something that you see they came to you weak at, and then they leave strong at that position. You know what I'm saying? It's no greater feeling than that, bro.
Yeah, it's a deep hunger, man. I
mean,
you start off as I started off as just coaching and training my son, and then went from that to coaching a YMCA team. You go from YMCA to AAU and just building and learning and stuff, and learning how to be a father to an athlete, and then how to coach the athlete that you're a father to. Yeah. So kind of had that, like,
gotta have that balance to it.
That helped. And it helped me to father.
It's funny you mentioned
athletes.
the father aspect, being a father to an athlete, right? Because even as a coach and a trainer, you're also close to playing that father role, even when you coaching other kids. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's you the parent away from home at that point, as far as discipline and stuff like that. The mental aspect. You know what I'm saying?
Those are I like to call it the highs and lows of a coach.
Yeah.
Because you take in and you adopt these students like they're your own in this realm of their lives. So, Bible says it takes a village. So
definitely do.
I definitely just embody that and go along with it. Try to, know my place. At certain levels to where you have to respect the parents. Yeah, and you coexist with them, and you just keep them informed of what their development of their child is. Not only just on the field or the court, is just in life, just saying, hey, look, these character traits are some things I feel like this child should work on, this and that. But it's a high and low thing, man. And I enjoy it. I enjoyed it, but I'm at a point now. It's like I want to take on something else now.
Time to go to that next level. Yeah, I feel that.
And going back to the school coaching, it'll come. But this right here, the performance training, man, it's got my heart right now.
Got your heart. Yeah. So tell me about it, man. Get the Dub Performance. That's yours. That's your
yes.
LLC, right? Correct.
Yes. Get the Dub Performance. It is the extension of Get the Dub LLC, which is the brand company me and my brother started.
Nice. Okay.
The president, me and my brother Gregory Webb, my other brother Derek, and Dexter.
Family owned and operated.
Family owned and operated.
What's up, man? Get the Dub Performance now. Check it out here in Texas, y'all.
Yeah, Get the Dub Performance and Get the Dub. It's two different lanes. So you got the Get the Dub Performance parts, which is the tree branch to Get the Dub. So with the Get the Dub Performance, it's strictly performance based on all the athletes. The Get the Dub part is is the brand, the apparel. And so we provide the apparel for athletes,
nice.
as well as schools.
Is there a website they can get?
Yeah, getthedubs.com.
Okay.
Get all the merch there.
Okay.
The apparel there. All of the athletes that we, tend to gift. We gift athletes. I go to the game as well as, me being the head of media there.
Nice.
We cover games, football, basketball, starting to get into some like volleyball, cover some stuff, and we're growing. We're going to be a growing company, man. It's a one-stop shop.
Nice.
So,
how long you been around so far?
Haven't even been a full year, man.
Really? Okay.
We started, founded in, I want to say May, June.
Nice.
We did our first like pop-up in August.
Yeah.
So, fairly new. Been getting around. We got into some high schools where we provided the high schools with the merch as well, and they wear our warm up. There's Dawson High School that is out here in it, Wheatley High School,
right.
KIPP schools. That's just to name a few. And wherever we go, when I interview certain athletes after the games, we put them onto it. But we're growing, man. We're gonna grow.
Yeah.
We're gonna grow. Try to take over the whole city, and then
I feel
the nation after that.
Yeah, and that's how it started, man. You said it seems like you off to a good start, though, man.
Yeah,
I'm sure being a trainer for so long,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, and having a gym, that's only right. You know what I'm saying? It
Right.
seems like you are reaching the next level.
Yeah, man. It's a big thank you to the owner of this gym, David Hedebo.
Okay.
Just gave me the opportunity. We sat down, we talked, broke bread, and it's giving me a place to start off in and have a hub and do my thing, and learning under him as well as being the owner and the head of a gym.
Right.
Just learning up under him, man. It's been an honor
Yeah.
to do this, as well as the other mentors I've learned from as well
Right.
too.
Right.
So yeah, man, this is the start of
That's
something
what's
beautiful.
up, man.
I feel like.
So, is there any as far as athletes you've trained, right?
Mhm.
Is there any notable athletes right now that you can name, or are they still kind of young and on their way?
And I want to say I have some athletes that I've worked with, notable in my, I would say in my eyes, which is my boy. God, I'm losing his name.
No, you good. You good.
Chad Bowie.
Okay.
He's overseas. Chad Bowie, overseas right now in Rwanda, playing for Kepler.
Nice.
And we had a chance to work with each other before he went
I'm
back.
guessing that's basketball?
Basketball, yeah.
Okay.
So been worked with him, had the pleasure of working with him, and getting him right for the upcoming season. Didn't have a lot of time together, but because he had to be shipped off and get ready for the season.
Yeah.
So when he get back, we're gonna get right back into it. So there's that, and then I've had the pleasure of being alongside of some other MMA workouts with some
Gotcha.
got the chance to.
Oh, so you're on the fight thing too?
Man,
fight training as well?
I was put onto it, man. I watched one of my big bros, Terry the trainer, how he trained his MMA fighter, and he brought me into that and gave me some advice on it, showed me how to conduct the whole workout plan and everything, and just watching him and having that experience.
Right.
Right now I'm working with a couple of D1 athletes.
Nice.
We're going into college, some are in high school going into their senior year. So those guys, getting worked with those guys have been notable for me.
So Texas produce a lot of talent.
Yeah.
Right. Especially football.
Absolutely.
I'm a Florida boy. We produce a lot of talent too.
Yeah. That Texas, Florida.
Now give me your top, however you want to rank them, your top 5 rankings as far as talent
overall,
and
no matter the position
in football. Who produces?
Football.
This is always an ongoing question. Who produces?
But I feel like it's a perspective, and I'm want to give my perspective.
Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
There's this. I'm a fan first and foremost as to all these guys, you know, and not afraid to admit.
Okay.
You know, I like watching these guys play and,
Okay.
and produce what they produce on the field is super dope to even see.
Okay.
I would say my number one
Uh-oh.
is Landon Callis Williams. I had the
Okay.
pleasure of like having him in the session as well. I, you know, got to train him in the session.
Okay.
With some
Well, no,
other
I'm talking
his
about as
guys.
far as state. What
State?
states hold the best
what
football
states?
talent? Yeah.
Man, I just leaked out my favorite player. Go look him up though. He's
Look him up. What was
him,
his name?
Landon Callis Williams.
Landon
I
Callis
thought we was
Williams.
going individual like players.
Man, Landon, you must be that guy, man.
Man,
We gotta look you up, brother.
He's something to see, man. That whole, I think they just won state, Randall High School. They just won state. There's
Okay,
something
shout out to
see.
Randall High School.
Everybody on that team is talented, man. He's a special type of talent as well too.
What position?
Running back.
Oh, really? Okay.
I've in my opinion the number one running back in the nation.
Really?
Like out of all the classes, that's my opinion. Yeah.
Okay.
Landon
I'm
Callis
gonna have to check him out, man.
And then, so it's in the state.
You know, obviously the big
state.
the
I
big
wanna
ones
say-
are the Cali and obviously
I
New
want to say the
Orleans
Texas, Cali, Florida, the order.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The
Order.
order.
Louisiana in there too now.
Yeah.
New Orleans, man,
Definitely.
y'all produce some good receivers. I can say that for sure.
I say this. I give you my order, and I'm being totally honest, not biased.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Texas, Florida is 2. Cali is 3. Louisiana would be 4.
Okay.
But then again, I'm gonna put Louisiana a little underneath. No diss to my hometown, but I want to say Atlanta got some talent.
Yeah, it's some
Atlanta got
ballers in
some
Georgia.
talent.
It's some ballers in
Georgia. Georgia.
Yes.
Well, not Atlanta. I mean Georgia.
I know what you
I can't
meant
say-
though.
yeah.
Georgia, it's Georgia. And
Georgia,
it's just when you
Georgia
think
is
of
the state.
Georgia, you think of Atlanta. I feel
Right.
you.
Georgia, and I'm thinking of Atlanta Falcons. But,
You a Falcons fan?
no, I'm not at all. But they did have a decent team. But I'm thinking of these kids coming out of Georgia,
Okay.
and then Louisiana would be my 5th.
Your fifth?
Yeah. So Texas, Florida. Yeah, Georgia. Georgia is 3, bro.
You gonna put
Texas.
Georgia 3 over Cali?
I'm gonna put it over Cali. I'm putting it over
that's
Cali.
tough now. I don't know about that.
Because as of lately, I don't know. You know what I mean? Georgia been producing some tough guys.
Yeah.
They've been producing, but you know something.
You know
That's a seesaw. Dog.
It is.
It
is real close
for me.
I think top 3
Texas
for sure.
and Florida is teeter too. Some would say Florida got a
top 3 for me is definitely Texas, Florida, and Cali.
Yeah.
And for me, you could put those 3 in either order.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I agree with that.
You know?
I think Georgia and Louisiana is seesaw in between.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But I like Georgia. Georgia's been producing some good talent.
They have.
They've been producing
best player to come out of Louisiana. And you know it was a
to
lot
my
of
opinion. Ooh, shoot.
Best
He's a
player.
quarterback. Quarterback.
It's a quarterback?
It's a quarterback.
Out of Louisiana? Best player?
Went to Evangel. You know Evangel? Man, what's his name? God, dog.
You got me thinking now. Best player to come out of Louisiana is
best
a quarterback.
player to come back.
He played in the league?
Yeah. And he's a quarterback. I can't even think of this man's name. I would have to ask my bro. God, dog.
He had to be cold, though.
Yeah. He was. I can't.
How long
think of
he
his
played
name,
in the
though.
league?
I don't think he played that long. I think he played like 8 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's decent time, though.
I'm mad I can't think of his name.
He said
But
QB out of
Louisiana.
Okay.
QB. Who was yours?
Oh, that's a tough. It's so many. So many, man. Oh man. It's a lot of them, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I know this is probably a cliche pick.
What's that?
But right now, as of right now, Until maybe I need to do more research. But I'm gonna have to go with Chase, man.
Chase?
Yeah, Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase is cool. He's new.
He
You know what
is.
I'm
He
saying?
is.
He's
It's
new.
just.
It's a good
Now, if
argument.
you ask me that about Florida, I can give you some people. But when it comes to Louisiana, I
don't really,
y'all got a lot of them though.
Yeah, it's quite a few guys. I just
got the Honey Badger coming out of there.
Jefferson,
CeeDee Lamb. Y'all got some stuff, but like you say, those are all new as well.
These guys are new. I only go by the guys that I know that I grew up watching.
Yeah.
And these guys, and I know about Jamar Chase and stuff like that. CeeDee Lamb is originally from here. He went to Foster.
Really? Oh, I thought he was from Louisiana.
He went to Foster High School.
Went
to go. I watched him play when I'm older than went to go watch him when he played at Foster.
He was pretty good.
Man, yeah. I followed them his senior year. He's in the playoffs. They played in, I think, the first game. I actually saw him in person because one of the homeboys told me about him.
Right.
It was in San Antonio. The kid had, I forgot how many catches, but the kid was unbelievably good.
Yeah. Dang, that's
he's been good for a minute. So hence why he's having the success he's having now. Yeah.
What you think about that dude? He came from Texas too, DJ Lagway. He went to ended up going to the Gators.
DJ Lagway.
He was doing his thing. I think he went to Cypress or something like that.
DJ.
Oh. Yeah, he the QB for the Florida Gators. He came in as a freshman.
What year?
This year. He just
this year.
Yep.
Oh man, you know something? I ain't even watched Florida that much.
For real?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Now Cam Ward,
Yeah, he did his thing.
I didn't watch Florida that much. There's some other quarterbacks that I think that are a little underrated right now.
So, question, man. I know you say you played slot stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Never really played the D-line linebacker role.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times in the coaching world, that's kind of frowned upon. You get what I'm saying? To be real.
Yeah.
And because you know how coaches is, man.
They want you to relate to the position.
Yeah. And so what would you say to some? Because I've noticed you've got some NFL coaches that coaches positions that have never played it, but they're exceptional at it.
Right.
So obviously being a student of the game that is all that matters.
Yeah. I feel like I have a special talent to where I can learn anything within the time frame that I'm given. When I first started doing the linebacker thing, I had a hint of what linebackers can do. Now, middle school, most people don't count that, but I had the ambition on just learning what to do for a linebacker. So I have like mentors and some colleagues that I grew up with that played the position, and I just took some knowledge from them. Did some studying on how defenses are played, what a linebacker position is supposed to be about.
Yeah.
That first year in coaching it was a learning year for me. I knew I had some knowledge of what defense in general was about because I was on offense and I had to learn how to read the offense.
Right.
And that's something that my coach in high school taught me was how to read offense.
Right.
You know what I mean? If they're in cover two, how to read, the switches within the D line on how linebacker spies and stuff like that, how to read that, pick up on stuff like that. So I applied some of that knowledge. I also reached out to him and just got some pointers on, how can an offensive guy that was raised in the offensive world, how can he be a defensive guy? And so I just defined the odds, you know what I mean? And learn what I could that first year, and then coming into the next year, I was ready for it.
Right.
And the D line, I just adjusted. Just like with offense, you make these adjustments to where you should, and I feel like a coach could do the same thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Is it gonna be perfect? No, it ain't gonna be perfect.
Right.
But I didn't put too much on the IQ side on the linebackers that I was coaching, because I can't teach you what my IQ is low in. You know what I mean? But
exactly.
I'm going to coach you on you know,
The
the
fundamentals of
mindset
it.
and the fundamentals
Yeah,
behind it.
yeah.
You know, whatever we scheme together, you know, I'm following. I learned how to be a leader and how to follow the head coach. And then
Right.
the head coach was the defensive coordinator. And I'm just like, man, just tell me what you need to do. So I don't think it's a thing that can be avoided. I mean, that you can excel at when you do the proper learning state, and that was me. I just learned it, and whatever the head coach could teach me, I learned it.
Yeah.
So just learning within his system, and then doing other research on other people's system, and
Nice.
laid it that way.
That's what's up, man. You ever thought about coaching the offensive side of the ball too, though?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I feel like that's my side.
Yeah. I mean, of course, you started there.
Yeah. Deep down, that's my side. But I never displayed that side as well because, again, I fell in love with the defense. Once I got put onto it and defensive coaching, I just was like, you know, something. I don't know too much about this, but I'm finna be the best at it.
Yeah.
So I feel like I have something to offer in the position side of coaching. Now, defense coordinator, that's another speed. That's something I just got. You know what I mean? That's something that takes time. I got to have a little bit more experience in that. You know, and learning what I learned. You know what I mean? I feel like if the time comes, as I come with age and doing more growing in that,
Right.
then maybe that'll present itself. But it ain't never been. I've never been the guy to just want to get into anything fast. I want to learn as much as I can until my confidence is high. You know what I'm saying? So I think what I do is special. Now basketball, we talking about basketball. I feel like I can head coach any basketball team.
So you played basketball too?
Played basketball. I played basketball, but I quit basketball early. Basketball was my first sport I ever played.
Got you. Okay.
I ever got into, but as far as like knowledge wise, you know, that was my first love, and I stopped playing in high school.
What, basketball?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mid high school, because at that point,
no,
it wasn't even injury. It was just at that point I fell in love with football, and once I saw the recruit hope for football, I just was like, I needed to make a narrow decision and keep my focus narrow. But I always played all the sports though, you know.
Okay.
So, but football was like something I wanted to maintain. Basketball was just something like, hey, I'm ready to let you go early. Let me just focus in on this, and then
So you train all positions on the court as well?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that's definitely your thing.
1 through 5. 1 through 5, yeah. And just as well as coaching my son's AAU team and what I've learned from guys on that AAU circuit that I assisted, you know, learned stuff from them. And that's my if any sport that I would love to coach, if I'm getting back into the coaching world for school, it'll be basketball.
Really?
To head coach. Yeah.
Now is that a hard transition to juggle so many different styles of sports and, you know, stuff like that daily? I'm sure it is.
Definitely. It's a challenge. I want to say it's challenging. Not too difficult because the transition is pretty basic. It's pretty fundamental. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's work hard and have the mindset to grow, and just being able to know what you're doing and knowing how to lead of it. You know, I think basketball, like working underneath my brother as the assistant coach, with him being the head coach, I learned a lot from him, as well as learning a lot from the head coach of my son's AAU team at Texas United. Learning stuff from him, who's an agent.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he has this. He introduced me to a different type of like world, and when it comes to developing a player. And so having that, and throughout those years, you know, I spent more time coaching on the basketball end and having that experience with that. I think that's why my drive is so strong.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Nah, that's what's up though, man.
Right.
So how is that? Now we spoke about parents earlier, right?
Right.
Now I know one thing as a coach, especially all the youth football coaches out there can vouch for this. The hardest thing to deal with is the parents when you're dealing with the youth. Maybe not so much as high school, because at that point, you know, the parents.
Oh no, they get challenging at the high school level.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. I mean, it ain't. It's not hard for me. At first, it was. Because I'm young and I'm trying to, you know,
Yeah.
and when I first started with this, navigating parents was a difficult place for me because you got to have those hard conversations. And I didn't have a mentor to teach me that.
Oh, how to have them with that.
So I had to literally like dig right into it.
Yeah.
And have that those uncomfortable conversations.
What's your craziest experience dealing with a parent?
Man, I think haven't it would be I haven't had a crazy experience interaction with a parent.
Yeah.
I did have some, that felt some type of way.
Yeah.
I think one that taught me a lesson was that parents, how a parent came at me one time. Well, didn't come at me aggressively, but was trying to defend them far as like me coaching hard the way I coach.
Yeah.
And
what sport was you coaching?
Football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never understood that.
Football. Yeah.
Why parents think you're supposed to be soft coaching football?
I think it's the times, man. These people are so in tune with feelings.
Yeah.
It blurs the lines when you enter these sports. So it's like people are so focused on feelings and emotion,
I mean, it's football. Whether that kid is 10 or 12 years old, that other kid trying to take your son's head off. What you want to be soft about?
I have that. I've had that. You have to have those hard conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I play both sides of the field when it comes to that. Like being the coach and being the parent.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I'm understanding on both ends. It's just there's certain things you have to be patient with in being the parent and in being the coach. The parent is only concerned about the player. Well, it should be.
Yeah, as they should.
Should be concerned about the player's development.
Correct.
As well as their confidence. But no, I'm just one of them coaches. No one cares. I don't care how you feel. I don't care. I can't. I can't. If I hurt your feelings, I don't care about that. That's not what it is
so they won't learn
because I'm not coaching out of emotion.
Right.
And they won't learn out of that.
Right.
And if I'm coaching out of emotion, then some of these players wouldn't play because I feel some type of way about you. You know what I mean? Or just having that personal vendetta. So I know I learned the how to divide the two and within myself is to where, look, this is coaching. You have to handle it like a business. It's like, look, I'm putting the best guys in the right position that I feel from my perspective. And sometimes that's frowned upon by the parents because they feel like their kid is better. Now, some of these parents are delusional.
I know. That's the reason I asked you this question.
Some of these parents are delusional, and I feel like that's the problem why these kids come with these attitudes.
Yeah.
And because it starts within the home.
Yeah, of course, most definitely.
I don't think that a parent is wrong for, if your son has a substantial amount of talent and skill, then it doesn't give you the right to, be arrogant or be egotistical in any type of way or be anal toward the coach because your son or your daughter is the best player on the team, so they should get a special type of treatment.
Right.
But your concern should be the development of how we're developing the talent, right? And can we take that skill level to the next level? Yeah. And if it's not brought to the next level or not being developed to bring up to the next level by putting them in certain situations, then a parent has a valid point.
Yeah. Trying to make a decision.
Yeah. Right, and I've came across both. You know what I mean? I came across both, and it's at times it's a challenging thing to manage because you're trying to in these team sports you can't manage just around one guy because you're trying to develop this guy in this thing, this guy in this thing, this guy in this thing. When it comes to basketball, and that's multiple people. Average size of a basketball team is 15, right?
Right.
In AAU, it can be a little smaller. It can be bigger. In football, it's always going to be big.
Yeah, going to 50, 60 man roster.
That process it's a patient thing because that's why you need such a big coaching staff. You need position coaches and stuff. So I feel like as a parent, every parent should understand that it's a patient level of things. Like, monitor how these coaches are coaching. It's okay, but you can't chime in every time stuff doesn't go the way that you like it.
You like it, yeah.
I mean, if they get to the next level, they're going to have to find themselves within that program and how to fit within that program. So you have to make adjustments.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
It's funny you mentioned that part, right? Now, I'm going to ask you this. First of all, I love Deion. Okay?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like that question I asked you, the greatest player out of your state or city.
Yeah.
I think Deion is the best player to come out of Florida.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Florida.
And I applaud what he's doing with his sons and stuff. I'm a father myself. Hey, he teaching me something. Between him and LeBron, they get a lot of backlash sometimes, but I admire what they're doing just from a father's aspect, right?
Right.
But let's just say Shedeur, even his son Shiloh, okay? Now, Shedeur, he's been playing under his dad since a kid. From youth football, high school, college.
Which is, he one of the blessed ones.
He's blessed. Yeah. My only thing I'm thinking, kind of how you mentioned it, he's been up under his father so long. How you think that would carry over when he's no longer got his dad there? Now he got a coach that's like, all right, you either do this right or you sitting down. You ain't my son.
I think it's an interesting thing because
the NFL don't care.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. I mean, his position, it's going to be a challenge without him. But I think he's up for it. How I think he's going to succeed, I don't know, because when you're under one guy the whole time, part of your life, all the way up to college, I don't know what that's like. But I know, me as a parent, I wanted my son off from underneath me.
Yeah.
And
like I can see from youth football to high school, even high school is pushing it to me.
I feel like that's for me, and this is me. I feel like, it was one of those things to where it's a thing that could either make or break that child.
Yeah.
My son didn't even want to be. I feel like my son at times didn't want to be underneath my coaching because it affected him mindset wise, mentally.
He was afraid to mess up in front of you.
Maybe, yeah, something like that. And there's that dad coach complex to where he's just like, I need something else, and it's, you can respect that. And so I allow my son to be underneath other coaching because his mom always said, hey, let him be underneath somebody else.
Find his own way.
He's got to find it, and I think that's important for young men to find themselves outside of their parents. Period.
Yep.
Because one day you're gonna have to operate every day without them. But I mean he's just, I'm all for that black privilege and that level.
Yeah, for sure.
But it might be challenging for him when you get on that.
Because I know he got the skill.
Yeah.
He's got the skill, all that stuff. I'm ready to see how he's gonna react to different coaching.
And it should be pretty cool. I mean, I think it's gonna be something that he needs.
Yeah.
He's been traded. I think he was being mentored by Tom Brady. And he has a quarterback coach, and so I think he has the ability to do that. It's gonna be a new lane for him. But we'll see. We'll see how that runs. It's definitely gonna present some challenges for him.
Yeah, for sure.
How that's separation anxiety, as they would call it. But he's got to grow out of it. He's a man. He's a man now. So he's gonna definitely get it firsthand.
You think Travis Hunter gonna play both positions in the league?
Man, if I'm coach, I think that can happen. I think that can happen at the next level. Will they let it happen at first? I don't know. I don't think they're opposed to it.
Yeah. He'll be taking
because Deion played what? I mean, I feel like if you can play punt return, kickoff return, cornerback, the DB, punt return and kickoff return, that's a form of offense.
Yeah,
So I
that's
feel
cool.
like if your body can take that, but you're only doing that one time.
Yeah.
But it only takes one hit to.
But a full
take
game
you out.
offense and defense.
Full game offense, defense. I don't think it's
I doubt
possible
he doing
in the
that
league.
in the league.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a different type of collision course.
Yeah.
Heavy
Even though
bodies
they
everywhere.
making it softer, but
yeah, is it possible? Yeah, but can you manage it long time?
yeah.
Your body.
So real quick, your Super Bowl pick, man. You know it's coming up. Who you got? Everybody and their mama want the Chiefs to
Washington
lose.
didn't get there, so I'm mad. But
shout out to Jaden Daniels, though.
Yeah,
man,
for sure.
God, dog.
Shout out to the whole Commanders.
Yeah, Commanders.
They held it down,
but
but Jaden Daniels, you revived us.
Oh, okay. So that's your squad.
Yeah, that's my squad. I'm gonna say Patrick Mahomes, and the Chiefs.
You think they're gonna get it?
I think they're gonna edge it out, but I do think that Eagles can upset them. It's gonna be interesting.
I want Saquon to get him one, man.
I do too.
I want him to get him one.
I want Jalen Hurts to get one because he's a Texas native.
Yeah,
both of them are Texas natives.
Yeah. Saquon from Texas?
No, Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, Mahomes. Yeah, he is.
Yeah. So I don't.
Yeah, see, y'all produce some talent, bro.
Hurts, come on, bro. You up the street, like
you right around the corner, bro.
Yeah. I'm riding with you.
That's what's up, man. What's up? You think you still got it though?
Nah, man, I ain't got it.
You ain't got it no more. What you was running in? What you was running in the 40 in high school?
What did I run? 4.6.
Okay,
I was at 4.6.
I was blazing. I was a little 4.3.
Yeah. Oh
yeah,
man,
I can't do it now though.
You had it.
No sir.
4.6 was my thing. I think I hit 4 or 5 when I was younger, but then injuries happened. I think 4.6 is just what I got put on some weight. I was a bigger guy in high school. Ended up playing like slot receiver, and then got a little tight end action. Was recruited as a tight end as well too.
Yeah.
And I think that was due to my size, how much size I had.
Right.
So and it slowed down, and I really didn't have the speed development, training like I'm doing now with these kids. So
yeah, that's the beauty of football, though. I mean, you don't need the speed, but
yeah,
it does help a lot in that sport.
Yeah.
But you don't need, as long as you got the technique and fundamentals, you good, man.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure.
I mean, so what would you say would be your ultimate goal, man, as a trainer?
I want to get to the pro level where I'm developing pro athletes, and not only pro athletes, but the program. I want to be the head of sports performance in the program, and whatever that may be. It could be the collegiate level first, then the NFL, NBA, whatever it may be.
Right.
Just diving into the sports performance world has always been a pleasure of mine to like embody.
Right.
So learning from where I learned from, and then ended up where I'm at now, and going into it and develop these players. I feel like I'm at the right level right now, developing these high school, some of these D1 guys or that's going to D1. That's my challenge. That's my monument I'm looking toward to put in on my wall.
Also that nationwide gym.
That nationwide gym. Or just the nationwide formula of what getting a dub is all about. Showing people that you can win not only with sports, but you can win in life as well too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And whether that's fitness goals, performance level goals on the field, or just in life too, man. I just want to embody the whole brand of what getting a dub means.
Most definitely.
Just winning, period.
Most definitely, man. People like yourself, man, are so important to the youth, bro, because like I said, I was a high school athlete as well. I just didn't have that, that mentorship to say, hey, keep going, keep doing this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's still not an excuse for anybody out there, man. You keep going.
Definitely.
But nowadays, you just got so many more trainers like yourself, that's willing to put in that extra time to not just coach football, but actually take time to train and, strength and conditioning, or if it's a footwork or, position breakdowns and stuff like that. Like you do so many different sports. So I'm sure you mentor a lot of younger kids and stuff, and that just goes a long way, man. I got to thank you from brother to brother, man. Thank
Yeah.
you for what you're doing in the community, because
I appreciate that.
we definitely need a lot of it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And you know,
For
I'm
sure,
tired of y'all trying to be rappers. Nah, dog, you know.
I had my little rap I had my music, man. That's always a part of me.
Yeah,
But
you know, music gonna be music for sure. You know,
and
but
when you're finding your purpose within it, man, your life, you just, you know.
yeah, man.
This is I'm just pouring into others, man. It's always been a thing for me.
Yeah.
You know? So this has been one hell of a ride, I should say.
Yeah.
But coaching really brought joy to my heart, you know, and you know, you just know when it's time to take a hiatus trip from it,
Yeah.
and get into what you really
Sure.
are into. So
yeah, you locked into it, man. I
Yeah.
know you say you got your show as well, right? It's
right,
the
the Coach's Corner.
Coach's Corner. Okay,
Coach's
you want to
Corner.
get them the link or?
So you can follow me on Instagram, Coach K.is cool. Cool spelled COO, no L. Yeah, the Coach's Corner is, you know, it's on YouTube, on Dub TV.
Okay.
But I literally started it. I started Coach's Corner last year during track season when I was coaching track.
Nice.
And just having a relationship with the kids and having fun with them within like coaching them just came to mind and started doing. And then this past year going into football season, it just inspired me to just document everything. And yeah, you know, hopefully, you know, a new season would come about in this very realm. And but yeah, it's just trying to get it to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Hopefully the podcast would come true. I'm looking toward doing that too.
Yeah. Nah, most definitely, man. You doing your thing. Now, hopefully, man, it's gonna manifest.
Yeah.
We in the universe with it, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, man, shout out to you, man. I appreciate you having me too,
man.
bro.
I appreciate you having me, man.
Yeah, most definitely,
Sure,
man. And beautiful gym as well. You know,
Thank
much success to it. Hey, I'm bringing my son to get the Dub Performance. You know, my son is an athlete as well. He will be working out with Coach K right here. So, you know, we ain't just talking about it. We are being about it.
And that's what we do.
Yeah. Most definitely, man. So thank y'all for tuning in, man. We got Coach K right here. 1K, what you say if you're in the game, make a play. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Appreciate you.
That was a good one right there, bro.
Count that money I wrote, Vic.